You're watching live coverage from the CBT News Stage at the 2024 NADA Show in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Everybody, we are live at the 2024 NADA Convention in Las Vegas, and I'm now joined by Greg Uland, who is the Vice President of Marketing for Reynolds and Reynolds. That is a small company that nobody's ever heard of, right? Who's ever heard of Reynolds and Reynolds in the car business? Thank you so much for taking the time with us.
No, my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
Sure. So there's a huge buzz out here with dealers. They're coming out of a tough quarter, last quarter, and they're looking for new ways to get back some of that gross profit and those sales that they might have lost. And there are some headwinds going into 2024, right? Have you heard the same?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and there's just, these different things, they come and they go, though. We got to remember that, right?
That's right.
Everything's a big deal until we get through it, and then it's like, well, yeah, we've seen that before.
Exactly. So here at NADA, how's the show been going so far? I know that you've got a huge booth over there, and as you were saying earlier, before we got recording, it filled right up.
Yeah. No, it's been great. I mean, it was like a faucet, right? That band comes through and launches the show, and all of a sudden it's just everything fills up. So it's been great. We got lines over there already.
Oh my gosh,
which is fantastic. Yeah.
Wow.
Jim, I remember the first time we talked at NADA, and I remember it distinctly. It was 4 years ago. I said 4 years ago, and I remember it for two reasons. One, it was 2020, so right after the world shutdown. So that was memorable, certainly. But the other, I was all excited because we were launching our new CRM. It was Focus. And I don't know if you remember the conversation. You have about 700 of these conversations, but
since then, maybe more than 700.
Right. So, but I was excited, and it was a CRM that we were bringing out, and we thought really kind of redefined what a CRM could do. And but this year, we actually have a bunch of new functionality inside of Focus that dealers are gravitating towards.
Great.
So that's been really fun to show off. Some integrations between some other products like KeyTrack and a new product for us, AutoVision. We're also showing off some really cool AI functionality, which everybody loves AI right now.
That is the buzzword. Everybody that I've interviewed, really in the last 6 months, it's been, AI, and how to best use it, right?
Well, and I think that's the big thing is you got to define what you're talking about when you say AI, right? So for us inside of the CRM, it's a couple things. One that's available now at least is lead follow-up and lead re-engagement, right? So being able to do that and get people back in the funnel. And then also looking at call recordings, which is some really cool functionality. So taking the AI, having it basically look at the call and classify each call so it can identify heat cases and then send it off to...
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's like okay, positive or negative, right? So if somebody is interested in buying, hey, here's your list of 5 people that called in today that you need to follow up with. Or here's your 4 people that were really upset today, which you need to follow up with. So that stuff's really cool.
That's incredible. And then in terms of service, the same would apply?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow,
absolutely.
That's incredible. So, and you got a couple of big announcements. That might have been some of them, but what else you got going on?
Well, a bunch of announcements this week. More to come out of NADA. A couple around products, certainly. So some other cool products that we're showing off that dealers are gravitating towards. The first one, and kind of what we expect to be the star of the show, and so far that was the one that really drew everybody in, was AutoVision. So AutoVision is a used vehicle management tool. And by pretty much all accounts, used vehicles are going to become a pretty important part of the business if they aren't already for pretty much every dealer. I mean, it's always been a part of the business, but as we look forward into 2024, it's probably going to be an anchor for quite a few dealers. And there's really 3 things inside of AutoVision that dealers have been excited about. So the first one is visibility into recon pricing at the appraisal. So being able to tie those pieces together.
Nice.
And then when you're looking at competitive sets to price out the vehicle, having really precise competitive sets and not having to filter things out. That's got them excited. And then also when approving recon work, having visibility into what was allocated at the appraisal. So really throughout
so the two connect.
Exactly.
So when somebody's appraising a vehicle and the fixed ops director goes, you missed X, Y, and Z, right? It prevents that.
Yeah, it all ties it together. So that's pretty exciting. Real quick, couple things in service. So Service Flex is a tool that we have that's putting the MPI into the technician's hand. So everything's done on the phone through and through, which is really cool. Service Snap incorporates videos. We've actually partnered. You might know this company, but True Video with Joe Shaker. We're leveraging their technology on the back end and our technology on the front end.
Company.
It really is. They do a great job. So video processing with them, speeding things up a lot, and it's providing a lot more storage, which has been really fun.
That's fantastic.
So the list goes on, right? I feel like I could just sit here and talk and brag about all we have.
That's Reynolds.
I guess come see us, I suppose, right?
So speaking of you talking, you put together one heck of a podcast that a lot of people in the industry have listened to, get a lot out of. We talked about a little bit before we started recording today. Talk to us about that, the impetus behind starting it, and how's it going?
Well, it started in 2020, so
okay.
that was basically like all of us, we didn't really know what to do, right? It's
right.
March of 2020,
that's right.
And we have this marketing organization. We're sitting there going, well, it's probably not appropriate to try to sell our stuff to dealers right now. Like nobody knows what to do.
I know.
But it's like, how do we stay connected? How do we help?
Sure.
What can we do?
Sure.
So that was really the genesis of it. It actually started in my basement at home because we're all
we're all
home,
working from home.
Yeah. So it's amazing what you can do with a webcam and spin it around.
That's right. No, it's true though. You've done a great job with it. I mean, for people that are out there, check his podcast out. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's real world. It's where the rubber meets the road, which is what we like because it's authentic. You know?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just great to be able to talk with dealers consistently. Sure. And the topics vary dramatically, which I like.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
It's just you can get into different conversations and have fun with it. So.
And since it started 4 years ago, you think about all of the different conversations you had from, the world shutting down. Oh my God, what are we going to do?
Right.
To then, hey, this is going pretty good. We're selling everything out. To now we're back to full circle. Dealership lots are filling up again. Gross profits are starting to come back down. Dealers are looking for solutions in a very fast pace and trying to get everything that they can get done. But dealers are cautiously optimistic, right? About
100%.
About 2024.
I don't even know if it's cautious. I mean, I think you have to be cautious, but the reality is, this industry is amazing, right? And the entrepreneurs and the folks that are part of it. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be issues and there's always going to be headwinds, and they've been there for 100 years, and they're going to continue to be there. And dealers are going to keep working through them and finding opportunities through those. So it's a lot of fun.
When I got in the business,
now
I'm telling you how old I am, but no, interest rates were 16 and 17%. So dealers are freaking out, going, oh my God, they're 9%, they're whatever, and the rates are high. There's no question about it. I don't mean to undermine that or demean it in any way, but I mean, come on, we've seen worse than this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And based on JD Power Summit yesterday, and the analyst that came out said we're probably looking at about a 16 million SAR. Yeah, that's a pretty good year.
It is.
It is. Yeah, it really is.
Yep, so, it'll be a good year. It will. We're we want to help as many dealers as we can.
Sure.
So that's a big focus for
you
us.
Guys have been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are out here at the show right now, check out Reynolds and Reynolds. He just rattled off a whole slew of different features and products that you really want to know about. Before you make any final decision on anything, you really got to check these guys out. And of course, the trust behind a name like Reynolds and Reynolds is just, there's no other, right?
Yeah. No, it's great. We've been, Jim, I don't know if you know this. We've this is our 58th year in a row exhibiting at NADA.
58 years.
Yep, longest consecutive streak at the show.
You were 20 at the time on that.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. But no, it's been a great ride. Obviously, NADA is a great partner of ours, and we appreciate what they do with this event.
That's great. That's great. Greg Uland, Vice President of Marketing for Reynolds and Reynolds. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for watching the live coverage from the CBT News Stage at the 2024 NADA Show.